have a truck through. Immediately that explosion went off, I got my gun in my hand and I'm up. I don't move that fast these days, but I'm up and I make a dash. And I make a dash through this wire. And my men are right with me. And my men are right with me. That leg didn't work too well. Whew.
Harley and his men had blown one of the first exits off Omaha Beach. After 2 hours, the troops around him could at last stream off to safety. With the Americans set to take Omaha Beach, D-Day was also about to end for Franz Gockel.
2 Finger wurden total durchschossen. Und der
2 fingers had been completely shot through. The third had just a flesh wound with the other 2 fingers dangling beside it. My first thought was, hell, what are you going to do now? Then one of my comrades said to me, that's your ticket home.
Franz would be one of the lucky ones. He left his 26 comrades fighting at the machine gun post. Only 7 would survive. In all, the Germans suffered around 6,500 casualties in surrendering all 5 beaches to the Allies.
Being the first man through that little hole in that barbed wire down there, just one person, and compare it to how many people there have been on this earth, the billions and billions. This is where my ego comes to play. But I'm the only man living that's ever lived or that ever will live to be the first one to come through that wire. Is that bragging? Is that boasting?
With so many fewer casualties reported in the British sector, it was clear the new technology had saved countless lives. By the end of the invasion, Hobart's funnies had almost completely cleared the beaches of mines. And the DD tanks had lent the troops critical support upon their advance.
We all gathered round the squadron leader's tank. The radio operator tuned into the BBC home service. This was just before 6 o'clock. And then we heard the 6 o'clock news, and it said, early this morning, Allied forces landed on the coast of France. I don't know, that's rather strange. We hadn't heard about that. But of course, it was rather strange to think they were talking about us, and we were sitting there listening to it on the radio.
As the paratroopers at last moved up to reinforce the infantry on the American beaches, the body count began. Of the 10,000 Allied casualties on D-Day, 2,000 had fallen on one stretch of land 3.5 miles long. Omaha Beach. "60 years ago, at exactly the same moment in time, these 3 men would have been only a stone's throw from one another on Omaha Beach. Neither Harley nor Jimmy have ever met one of the German soldiers who shot at them from the hill just above the beach.
In some ways, I'm pleased to meet him.
Oh, yes, I am too.
You know, I didn't know how I would feel, but it seemed strange that we were enemies at one time.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, very well. I am Franz Gockel.
Yes.
I was here on the D-Day.
I'm Jimmy Green.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
We were coming in and you were looking at us
yeah,
as we came in.
I was on the other side.
I came in down here. I landed further down. Now, where were you? Were in a machine gun.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Where were you located here?
Just there.
Yeah.
Down here?
Oh, yes.
Then you could not see the beach where I landed.
We can
Could
see
you
on
see
the
there?
to the
All
left.
the way there?
Yeah, left and right.
Did you see the craft come in?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's something that I have never expected to do, is for you and him, the three of us, to get together like this.
So it's nice that the three
Yes.
of us could meet,
Yes.
and we're still alive to tell the tale.
Oh,
and we
it's a great experience to be here and to meet and to talk like this. Great experience.
In just 24 hours, over 150,000 Allied ground troops had been landed, and over 20,000 more dropped behind enemy lines. The longest day was over. But the battle for Europe had just begun.
Reopen investigations of the past at PBS Online. History is revealing its forgotten secrets at pbs.org.